So by now you have likely heard all of the drama surrounding this new local game store out of Houston called Mad Rat Toys, who for some reason went and cleared out a Costco of a bunch of Pokemon 151 product and then posted it all over social media and in different Facebook groups and stuff to tell everybody what they were doing. This was a really wild choice and a wild move on their part. And there's a lot going on in the Pokemon community, on Reddit, on YouTube, on Instagram, basically all over all social media platforms, essentially tearing this company apart. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and there is an awesome plan for your life. So today, I want to talk about this situation, okay? So let me set the framework for you. Basically, this store, Mad Rat Toys, I think they opened their actual local game store location in Houston at the end of February from the research that I've done. And a few days ago, they posted online going to a Costco, and I don't know if they cleared out or they just bought, looks like they bought 2 baskets full, but apparently Costco had one of these bundle deals where you could get the Pokemon 151 Zapdos box and the Pokemon 151, I think it was the Alakazam box, and bundled them together, and they bought either the entire store or they bought 2 cartloads, whatever it was, and they thought that it would be a good idea to take these pictures, post them on all of their store social medias, and then I think they even posted them in a bunch of like Pokemon Facebook groups, which is wild, or maybe people were just sharing them and putting them in Pokemon Facebook groups. I'm not sure. But they made this choice. And the interesting thing is what they wanted from this obviously was attention, right? Obviously they did this to get attention, and boy have they got the attention. But the thing that I find interesting, and I can't decide what's more funny. I can't decide if it's funnier that the fact that this store did this, and it's obvious that they're probably a little naive when it comes to social media, so they did this wanting attention, or is it funnier that there's a bunch of people online and a bunch of content creators and people on Instagram and people on Reddit making videos about this, making posts about this, slamming these people, and giving them the exact attention that they want. It's a very interesting and symbiotic relationship where somebody wants attention and they put some content out there, or they put some posts out there to give low-hanging fruit content and low-hanging fruit post engagement and low-hanging fruit posts on Reddit to people. And those people want the low-hanging fruit, so they take the low-hanging fruit situation and they get their views and they get their engagement and they get their retweets and whatever it is. And then they also give the store all of the attention that they want, but there's this weird misplaced righteous indignation, but they're happy that like without people doing stuff like this, these people wouldn't have anything to post about. So it's this weird, interesting symbiotic relationship. And I just find it hilarious that both parties are getting what they want. They're both getting attention. They're giving attention to the store. People that are posting about it are getting engagement, and everybody's happy, and it's this whole crazy thing, and it's just really bizarre to me. But what I really want to talk about here today is the response to a situation like this, how the community has reacted to a situation like this, and really makes me think and question, how did the Pokemon community sink so low? And by that statement, I'm not really talking about this store going out and clearing out a store and, you know, clearing out Costco and then taking it to their store and reselling it for. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how the Pokemon community has sunk so low that we will have a knee-jerk reaction and eviscerate a small business and eviscerate a store based on evidence that people are posting online, right? And I'm going to dig into that and get a little bit more to it. And I want to be on record to say I'm not defending Mad Rat Toys. I'm not defending the people that are making posts about this. I'm trying to stay in the middle. I'm trying to provide a perspective about how we've come to this place where we just automatically want to hate and destroy other stores or other collectors because they're doing something that we disagree with. Not people that are actually breaking the law, scamming and stealing, but stores and people that are doing things that we don't personally like. How have we gotten to that point where we want to destroy them rather than just say, you know what, I don't like that and I'm not going to support that, but we want to destroy these people, right? And to the credit, okay, to everybody's credit, it seems like Mad Rat Toys did make a bunch of posts and probably said a bunch of things that they regret. I've been full-time on social media for about 6 years, you know, 40 hours a week on social media for about 6 years, and it's been my full-time job for about 3 years, I can 100% understand and I've been in the position of saying things on social media in the heat of the moment when I feel attacked or when I feel justified that I regret in the past. I've been there, I've done that. If you're watching this, you've probably done that too. And if you're lying about it, you probably need to, you know, ask for forgiveness because you're just deluding yourself. You've likely done that. Real quick, speaking of newer Pokemon cards, I'm actually going to be giving away 100 packs of Temporal Forces Friday night, May 22nd on Temporal Forces release night on Drip Shop Live. It's going to be 100% free. You can use the link that's in my description to go RSVP to that stream. And if you have to sign up, you'll get a $10 to $250 credit as well. But we're going to be giving away 100 packs of Temporal Forces. So come to that stream. And I'm also going to be dropping later today for about a 24-hour period. I'm going to be dropping Temporal Forces booster bundles to my patrons for $20 a booster bundle. So if you're a part of my Patreon, it's $5 a month. I do drops like this all the time. I'll have Temporal Forces booster bundles available for $20 a booster bundle for any of my patrons that want them. That link is down in the description below as well. I think after like shipping fees and selling fees and stuff like that, I think I'm making like 50 cents a box on these. So I'm just trying to give back to my patrons. And then we'll be doing that 100 Pokemon pack giveaway for Temporal Forces on Drip. So a lot of good stuff that's going to happen. Go check those links out. They're all down in the description below. I don't necessarily support or agree with going to a Costco and cleaning out the entire shelf or whatever it was that they did. But I look at this situation and it's kind of obvious to me, like I said, as somebody who has been full-time on social media for 5 years, it's kind of obvious to me that the people that own this store are either very naive about social media and about the backlash that you can receive from the Pokemon community on social media, or they knew exactly what would happen and they did this to get their name out there. Because you know what everybody's talking about right now? Their store. Everybody's talking about Mad Rat Toys. And what do PR firms say? Any press is good press. So everybody's talking about them right now, which is likely exactly what they wanted. But my assumption is that they did not realize the insane vitriolic, hate-filled backlash that they were going to get by making these posts. And then they went and redacted things and removed posts, whatever the case may be. That's likely what happened. On the flip side, I do not support, condone, or agree with the massive amounts of hate that this store is getting for legally buying out a product and then going to their store to sell it. Now, do I agree with them doing that? It's not something that I would do. I probably would choose not to go and buy from that store if I was in that area. That would be my personal choice. But I don't agree with saying things like they deserve to drown in a river for doing this. Like people have put on different social media posts. I wouldn't say things, or I would not condone or agree with things like, I hope your store burns down, like people have said on social media. Or, you know, getting on a video and cussing them out and, you know, being incredibly rude and disrespectful and doing stuff like that. I wouldn't agree or condone any of that, yet that's what has happened. And what I want to get at is, why are we in this place where that's something that we think is okay? And let me break it down for you for a second before you get really, really mad at me, okay? Here's the thing. If this store has done this, they haven't broken any laws. Again, we may not agree with this. I don't agree with this. I don't like that they did it. But if the store has done this, they've not broken any laws by buying all of this. They've not broken any laws by posting it. They've not broken any laws by selling it in their store. Who have they really hurt to deserve to have people trying to destroy their business? Who have they really hurt to deserve to be review bombed and have dozens of reviews go to their Google reviews saying that they're awful, that they're scammers, yada, yada, yada? That can be very detrimental to a business. Again, I have to emphasize, because I know my words will be taken out of context, but who have they really hurt in the scope of things? Maybe they've made it to where, you know, a good handful of people in their area won't be able to go to that Costco and buy something. But unless you're in the Houston area, this has zero effect on you. And I'm not saying, oh, you should ignore it because you're not in Houston. I'm trying to get down to the brass tacks and say, who have these people physically hurt that makes them deserving of being ridiculed and attacked and told that they should drown, told that their store should burn down, probably receiving all kinds of threats, all kinds of horrible stuff Who have they actually hurt? What law have they broken to deserve that? And the answer is none. They haven't broken any law to deserve that. They haven't hurt anybody to deserve that. Now, there's a lot of people upset about it, and I think that's okay. We can be upset about it. But I think what this really stems from is this weird place that we've devolved into in the Pokemon community and really society as a whole, that we feed on negativity. And on social media, what type of content does the best? Negative content. This video was negatively titled and thumbnailed because I knew it would do better if I did that. People feed on negativity, and we have gotten so used to that it has cultivated an environment where people depend and thrive and require negativity in order for their platforms to grow, in order for their Twitter to grow, in order for their YouTube to grow. And they seek after this negativity with this misplaced righteous indignation that they're telling the community about these horrible people, telling the community about scammers, telling the community about bad things that are happening, but they're really not. They're telling the community about something that they disagreed with, and then everybody jumps on the bandwagon to hate somebody and lynch them when that's not the right thing to do. Again, I have to reiterate, I'm not agreeing with what Mad Rat Toys did. I wouldn't do it. I don't condone it. I wouldn't support that. I wouldn't shop at that store, nor do I agree and condone trying to have them canceled or trying to have their store shut down, review bombing their store, giving them death threats, all these horrible, gross, and vicious things. I don't condone any of that. So what I'm really trying to get at here is I'm trying to push against this narrative that it's okay to mob mentality attack people when they do things we disagree with. Again, I'll say I don't support what they did. I don't agree with it, but more than I don't support that, even more so, I do not agree with the vitriol, the hate, the review bombing, trying to destroy their business. Think about it like this. These people, this is probably their lifelong dream to open an LGS. They've spent undoubtedly hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this local game store opened, to have this dream of having a local game store, putting all of this together, and they go and they do one thing, and they make one post, and they make one purchase. Does that mean that their dream deserves to be destroyed? Does that mean that the mob should be allowed to come and take their dream away because they did one thing that wasn't illegal? While I disagree with it, it wasn't illegal and they didn't hurt anybody. While I don't like what they did, does that mean that their dream should be destroyed? That they should be out in debt, hundreds of thousands, $500,000 because of that? Is that what that means? If you're watching this and you've never made a mistake or you've never done something wrong, then yeah, maybe you can do that. You can accuse them of that. But every single one of us watching this has made mistakes. Every single one of us watching this has done things that other people disagree with, whether they be right or wrong. And the Bible says, he who has no sin can be the first to throw a stone. None of us, you behind there, me right here, none of us have ever gone through life not making a mistake, not doing something that people don't agree with. So if we're guilty of doing wrong things and making mistakes, how can we say that somebody's dream, somebody's business should be shut down because they did something we disagree with? That wasn't illegal. Again, we don't agree with it, but it wasn't illegal. It didn't physically or physically hurt anybody, but we don't agree with it. How can the mob mentality come against somebody like that? Just don't support the business. Just don't shop there. But don't review bomb. Don't advocate for somebody to be destroyed. Don't say that they should drown. Don't say that their store should burn down. These things are antithetical to what Pokemon means and what Pokemon is. Pokemon's supposed to be a loving community where we love and help each other. And while their actions, I don't know them well enough. I didn't talk to them. Everybody else that's making content about them, did you talk to them? Everybody that's out there agreeing and saying that their store should burn down, have you spoken to them? Did you get their perspective face to face and talk to them? No, none of us did. Therefore, none of us deserve to have such a vitriolic opinion of it. We don't know what their motivations were. We don't know why they did what they did. Maybe it was a mistake, maybe it wasn't. But at the end of the day, all we can control is ourselves. And this response is all too common, and it's antithetical to what the Pokemon community is supposed to be. Lift people up, lift each other up, support the people we love. Don't support the people that we don't love. But we're not supposed to be out to get other people. We're not supposed to be out to ruin other people. When you set out on that path, Maybe you set out on that path to ruin somebody or stop somebody because they are actually scamming or actually stealing or actually harming other people. Maybe you set out on that path, but you keep doing that. Next thing you know, you're going to start going after people that maybe just made a mistake. Maybe just did something you didn't like. Maybe you're completely innocent. You just heard the wrong side of the story, or you didn't hear the full story, and then you become just as bad as them. Let me know what you think, guys, down in the comments below. But just be nice, okay? Tell me in the comments what you think, but be nice. I want to know what you think, guys. I love all of you. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up. It is free for you to do that, and it really helps. You can subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff, and YouTube will tell you when new videos come out. And YouTube also says that you'll like that video, so go check it out. And like I always say, my friends, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.